day, everyone. As we near the completion of our project, we are excited to present to you our project demonstration of one of our core features of the application. I am Ruel, your project manager.
I am Francis, the lead developer of eduvate.
And I am Jane, the test engineer.
Together, we will walk you towards eduvate's project demonstration featuring our post feature of the application.
Attachment and resources play a crucial role in mentorship process. It significantly enhances the experience of mentees. That is why one of our key features is post feature.
This feature allows mentors to share content with their mentees. In addition to a post title and description, it supports attaching various file types such as videos, images, links, and documents to enrich the learning material. For this initial release, we've prioritized delivering the core functionalities, enabling mentors to distribute content effectively. Due to time constraint, we've temporarily omitted interactive features like updating, deleting, or commenting on posts. However, the minimum viable product ensures seamless content delivery has been successfully achieved. For this demonstration, Jade, our test engineer, will act as a QA representative, posing questions about the feature. Ruel and I will address his inquiries to showcase how the post feature works.
To start things off, the first question is, what happens if I upload a large video file as an attachment? Is there any maximum file size limit being enforced for attachments?
Well, for that question, if a mentor will upload a large video file, then our system will reject it. So in the backend, we have implemented a file size limit for our attachment files, which includes 10 MB for videos and 5 MB for images and documents. This ensures that the storage will not be abused and will be used efficiently. And here's how it is implemented or how it is demonstrated in the feature.
Can a user be able to insert multiple attachments in a single post, or are there any restrictions regarding the attachments or the attachment types?
Yes, a user can attach multiple files in a single post. However, there is a restriction as to what type of file and the size of file, not on the amount of file that we can attach in a single post.
Now, is it possible to publish a post with no text at all? How about no attachments? Should that even be possible or allowed?
To ensure that invalid links will be rejected, we implemented basic check on the validity of the link. A link should contain an HTTP or an HTTPS. Also, it should also contain a valid domain. Through this, we ensure that we limit the invalid links that are inputted by the mentor.
Now, is it possible to publish a post with no text at all? How about no attachments? Should that even be possible or allowed?
For a post to be successfully published, it must contain a text content in the description field. Any attempt in publishing an empty post or content will be rejected by the system. However, in the attachment, a user can post with and without any attachment at all.
What happens if a user clicks the post button multiple times quickly, will it result to multiple or duplicate entries? Or there are client-side or server-side rate limiting to prevent this kind of issue?
To ensure that duplicate posts will not be stored in the database, we implemented a layered approach. In the interface, when the post button is clicked, then a dialog pop-up of loading will display that will disable any interaction from the users. Also, if the post button is clicked, then it will be disabled and will just show a loading circular indicator. Through this, we disable the ability of the mentor to be able to upload posts multiple times by clicking the post button multiple times.
Now, how do you ensure that a post will be delivered to the intended users only? What are the user targeting mechanisms being enforced, and how strictly these access rules being enforced?
We enforce strict audience targeting through multiple layers. First is the database level controls. We have a dedicated join table which manages the mentor and mentee relationships to ensure that the post content are only those post content that the user are enrolled in. And also we have a application logic where before we display any post, we make sure that the user is first active and is enrolled to a certain course.
What if a mentee is removed from a mentor's list? Will this mentee still be able to access the previous post from the mentor? And what if that same mentee re-enrolled under the same mentor? Will that, or do they regain their access to the past post?
Well, the answer to this one is very simple. When the mentee is removed from mentor's list, then the mentee will automatically cannot access any post that is posted by the mentor, may it be in the past or in the present. However, upon re-enrollment in the same mentee and the same course, then the mentee can re-access all those posts from the previous and the current and the future posts of the mentor. And this is how it is implemented in the real application.
Of post, how is the announcement feature different from the research section? Is there any functional distinctions, or the difference is primarily in categorization or
The
labeling?
announcement and resources serves a distinct purpose in a good organizational manner, but they have the underlying functionality. The key difference is that the usage and its purpose. Both are used to distinguish or separate different category, which is the resources and announcement in terms of post.
Now, if a mentor continues to post frequently, will those posts be retained indefinitely, or or are there any mechanisms for archiving or copying those
For
old
this version release of our application, we didn't impose any limit for number of posts for each method, since it will be deployed in a small scale in the DCSA primarily. So we haven't considered yet the scalability of the number of posts for each method. However, it is rest assured that if it will be scaled up in a wider application, then such concerns will be considered.
This post feature is one of the main functionalities or deliverables that we've successfully implemented.
The development phase of eduvate has reached its completion, and now we are in the testing phase to make sure that everything aligns with the requirements.
Together, we're very optimistic that we can attain all the deliverables within the given timeline. Through our joint efforts, we can successfully implement and deploy eduvate.